Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And good morning,
Good.
everybody who's joined us. Good morning to everybody who's live, and good morning to everyone who's joined us on replay as well. So lovely to see you. Oh, Robert, you've started knitting already.
Just very quickly, I'm just going to do one line and then I'll stop. Only because I don't often get knitting done on this. I just picked it up and thought, right, I'm going to get it done. It's a very, very quick one.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing? Is this an example?
Sorry?
Is that something for you, or is that an example one?
It's a sample.
Oh.
For something that I'm hoping to do in the future.
Oh, lovely.
So, yes, I started it yesterday after the first test went wrong. So I thought I'd try again.
That's what tests are for, isn't it? So, yeah, well done. That's really good. So, hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Yeah, I think mine was really quiet. It consisted of mainly just relaxing and doing nothing. So, I didn't do very much other than nearly finish my cardigan. I've just got some toggles to put on. So, that's practically done now. So, that's fine. And I think, as I mentioned in one of the earlier shows, I thought because I'd started it 3 years ago, it is actually a little bit too big. So never mind. It's just one of those things, isn't it? So never mind. The cardigan is a little bit big, but I've found that if I do the collar back rather than up, then it'll work. So I think I'll be all right with 2 toggles in the end. But that's what happens when you start something, when you measure it, when you decide that you're going to redesign the pattern. And then when you've nearly finished it, it gets put in a garage out of the way. And it was in there for how long? I don't know, a year and a half. So that's what happens when we changed it. But hey ho, it's practically finished now. So that's it. I will be able to wear it when it gets nice and cool. But I think we're in for a really good summer. So probably not wearing it for a little while yet. So yeah. So what did you do at the weekend, Robert?
I spent Saturday sorting out patterns, deciding which ones I was going to keep in case I ever actually do them, which ones I was never going to do, so threw them away. And then yesterday, I don't really remember what we did yesterday. Saturday night was Eurovision. Yesterday was, catching up on Britain's Got Talent and more Eurovision, because we didn't get to watch all of it. And then we watched another Marvel film last night. There we go.
And did you enjoy Eurovision?
I did actually, yeah. I thought the show where you had to pick your favourite was really well put together.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of obvious who was going to win though. And then I liked the second show where they talked about the history and gave you some more facts, and then finished with that lovely rendition of that song.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
And I have to say, there were years and years and years that I never even watched Eurovision. And when me and Alan first got together, I was in the north, he was in the south, and I remember having Eurovision was on one night, so we sat on the phone the whole time watching Eurovision and commenting on it. So so it was quite nice to watch it. But the first one that was on that first show, where you had to vote for your favourite, still can't remember what it was called. I think it was something to do with M, but that was one that I actually personally voted for one year because I thought it was fantastic. And I did love the Ukraine one. I don't know, but the dancing like that, I don't know what it is, but it's a real like cheese ball song. But it's just so hilarious. So it was lovely to see that again, and loads of others as well. So hopefully you all enjoyed. What was the slimmed down Eurovision? It was one with I found it really nice. There was no tactical voting. It was just a really lovely, enjoyable, camaraderie type event. It was really nice this year. So yeah, and I have to say, I think ours was one of the best we have ever put forward. I think that he's fantastic. Don't know if it's Eurovision, but I thought our song this year was fantastic. So yeah, on to knitting.
So music today
is interesting because what number show is it?
It's episode 45.
You will know with this music. It's show 45. So we had stars on 45. We thought it was very fitting for today. So thank you for sourcing that, Robert, and doing all the do and all the magical stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed that to start this beautiful Monday. Every Monday is beautiful. It's the start of a new week. So yes, so hopefully you enjoyed that. We thought it would be quite good fun. Did you knew most of the words, didn't you, Robert?
I did, yeah. It's on that version or on one of the party CDs that I used to listen to all the time.
Oh.
So yes.
I remember it was called. We used to go to when I was at school. There was something called the Come and Go Disco, and all like under 14s or something like that, under 13s could go to this little disco, and it was always on there. So I remember that from being a child.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted. Do you want to start saying good morning to people?
That's all right. So anyway, I will do the good morning. So bottom to top.
Tech support.
That's all right. We'll do top to bottom today. So I'd like to say a huge welcome to Brigitte. Hello, lovely to see you. And Deborah, good morning again. And morning. Hello, Georgie.
Morning, Georgie.
Jackie.
Morning.
Good morning to Judy. Good morning to Linda. Morning. And to Linda. We've got two Lindas. Good morning to Marion. And also to Marion W. And good morning, Kathy. And good morning, Susan. And good morning to Trisha. So hello, everybody. Oh, and to Rebecca as well. So I will try and say hello to other people as they arrive. So hopefully you enjoyed that little rendition at the beginning of today, which is always nice, isn't it? So let's just have a look and see. Just for you who are watching this replay or if you're watching for the first time, this is Gogglefrogs. We set this up 45 shows ago today, and it was because we're going into lockdown and we are in our houses, but we still wanted to be able to share our work with people, connect with people, and have those little morning groups and afternoon groups that we love so much. So this is an online knit and natter where you can see us, but we can't see you. So just sit back, enjoy, get your tea or your drink, and get some knitting or crochet or sewing, whatever you want out. So what we do is we go through the comments because on replay you can't see the comments. So we just want you all to know what we've been saying in the chat. So from the top, Brigitte, good morning, Pete. Marion says, good morning. How are you both? We're both really well. Thank you very much. Judy says, morning all. Linda says, happy Monday, everyone. Brigitte, it's in out day again. Angela doesn't seem to like me today. She keeps leaving. Now it's Robert. So there will always be technical glitches. This isn't the BBC. We're doing this from our living rooms, bedrooms, all over. So, hopefully it'll settle down. People's broadband is a bit flaky at the moment because so many people are on broadband from home all the time now, aren't they? Trisha says, morning all. Hope you're all well. Hopefully we're all well. Hopefully everyone else is. Deborah says, hi everyone. Rebecca said, would you believe I saw the very first Eurovision in black and white on my grandparents' small TV. Lise Assia won. I can't remember the year, but Robert will tell me. You know Lise Assia?
Sorry, did she say the very first year?
No, she said it was in black and white and her grandparents' small TV, black and white TV. So let's have a look at Lise Assia. Let's see when Lise Assia won. Was a Swiss singer who won the first Eurovision Song Contest in 1956. So you were right. Assia was born in somewhere. Can't pronounce that. Began her stage career as a dancer, but changed to singing in 1940. So wow, that was the first ever Eurovision. Well done.
That was Switzerland.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous. So thank you for that, Brigitte. Brings back happy memories. Jackie says, morning all. Susan says, good morning, everyone. Trisha, trying to block the little sheep Cardi and a dancing along. Good job, no one can see. I'm glad you got dancing, Trisha. So that's brilliant. And Linda says, it's Mashup Monday. Brilliant. And if you don't know, we'll explain Mashup Monday in a minute. But Robert didn't even think about that. That it's Mashup Monday was.
I really didn't think about that when we were choosing the music.
Neither did I. It's just
you did say at the beginning, let's see if people can guess the reason why, and I think that was her guess.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, it was 45 because Robert's really good at remembering things like that. So I just said, right, stars on 45. He said, well, which one? I don't know. So that was fun, and I think everyone enjoyed that. So then Brigitte says, why can I remember the Beatles lyrics, but I forget my pins? It happens to all of us, don't worry. You stand there thinking, I've gone 2 pennies over the touch like limit, and I can't remember my pin. We've all been there. So you're not on your own, Brigitte. Georgie says, morning, that was fab. Love the video too. Yeah, it's a really good mashup, isn't it? So that's really good. Rebecca says that she hasn't had the link to get onto Gogglefrogs.
She's in now.
Sent out.
She's in now. It's fine.
Yeah, she is, so it's fine. Robert said, just sent it via Linda's sorry, she's on now. Rebecca says, good morning all. And Safi says, good morning and a happy mental health week. Yes, it is. So World Mental Health Week. So we're a fabulous group. And yeah, let's just think about that in a little while. Reaching out to people and then yeah. So we'll have a quick chat as well.
Guess what I'm doing?
What are you doing? You're frogging.
I'm backwards knitting.
If you didn't know why it's called Gogglefrogs, it's because we frog, because we start knitting, we get so excited or chatting or involved in the conversations that go on in our knitting natters, and then you take your piece of work home after the knit and natter, and then you have to frog it. So Robert's doing a little bit of frogging. I'm glad to know I'm not on my own, because I am the queen of frogging. I'm
frogging the last line that I put in last night, so the row that I just put in has got to come out as well. It's wrong.
Oh,
no, the row I put in was right, but the row that I put in last night was wrong, so I've got to go back 2 rows.
Oh dear. Oh, so Bogomila, hello, is that somebody new?
That's Margaret.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. Hello, Margaret. Sorry, good morning. Good morning, all. Matthew says, morning. Sorry I'm late. You are never late. Honestly, you're never late. This is about you.
I feel.
So lovely to have you here again. Please don't ever apologise for being late. You just dip in, you dip out, you watch it on replay, or ignore the replay. It's totally down to you. But I know we've got a lot of people who watch on replay. And then I did have the link. I just couldn't get my email on my MacBook. No apparent reason. Things happen. It's really weird. But Macs and stuff sometimes gives a little bit of a hiccup every so often, but we're just pleased that you're here now. So we're all here, all happy. And Mashup Monday, that's really quite interesting because I've almost finished my cardigan. I've sewed it together. It's done. It's too big, but I did actually tweak it slightly to make it to fit perfectly. And now I've lost some weight. It's too big on the top anyway. But never mind. It'll still be a nice cardigan for the winter. And I'll show you what my next project's going to be when I eventually get home, because I've found something that I want to do. And I don't know if you've been watching for a little while, you know I've been really intrigued with this book called Cat Knit. I'm not knitting a cat, but I am knitting something out of here. So because I'm in the north, I'm looking for the parents. We're in lockdown. I haven't been home for 6 or 7 weeks ago. I lose count. I can't get to my stash, but I love the back of that. The fact there's little cat's tails on the back of the book. So if you're a cat lover, this might be for you. It's more geared towards the female patterns, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't then adapt them for yourself. And what I love is there's loads of proper cat pictures in here, like some little gloves and feeding a little cat out of the bowl. So really cute things. And this is what I'm going to do next. So that, and all around the top, I'll try and show you. All around the top, here, there are little cats all around the top. So I'm going to have a go at that, and it's called Tiny Cats Cardigan. I bought some 4-ply when I was in Bakewell a few years ago with my mum and dad for the day. And I never knew what I was going to do with it, thinking 4-ply, me and 4-ply, honestly, and it's jade and navy blue. So I'm going to do jade, navy blue. I am also going to edge it with a creamy colour, but Robert came up with a really good idea to make the little cat's heads all around more tactile. So it's going to be something for when all the tops are back open, because I want something fluffy. So I want a jade colour that's more fluffy to go in there for the cat's head. So yeah, brilliant little book. It arrived yesterday. I was very happy with that. That's my latest little one. Oh, so Safia says, that's cute. I made a cardigan for my son. Still want to make me one. Is that what that lady had at Sheringham? Has it got lots and lots and lots of cats all over it? If it has, I've seen it made up, but I'm not too sure. But it's just the most beautiful design. Oh, I've just realised, that's the back cover, inside cover. So this is somebody who really, 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 really loves cats as much as we do. So great little book. And we've also got colourwork knitting and Knit Like a Latvian. So I might have to have a look at those, because I do know that her designs, somebody had made one of them when we went to Sheringham last year. No, this year, that I was totally in awe of. So I'll have a look at her knit. And you know when you get a pattern, what was it at the beginning of this pattern that really, really, that I really liked? Just the way how she describes them. So some of the all of the little patterns are like little cat charts, paw print charts. All of the charts have got really lovely little animal names. What are they? Blue beans chart, waving tails charts. And the whole book is around cats. So I can't recommend that enough. I've got it now. I'm going to be reading it every night. So I'll know the pattern off by heart, even in a year's time, when I pick it back up and start doing it. But I think it's nice when you get a book, when it's a pattern book, and you actually read the pattern, because they look really exciting, and it's all in little sections and chunks, so it looks really good. I love the way how she's written her patterns. So that's enough about me gushing about my latest knitting book.
So Safia says, no, it's like the one you just showed, but double row of cats and no paws. Also made her perky cat socks. I will put photos on for tomorrow. So that is ideal, Safia. Thank you very much. Tomorrow is Throwback Tuesday. So please do show pictures from crafts of old. Put them on the Gogglefrogs Facebook page, and they will be shown at some point during the session.
Yeah.
Deborah, I sympathise with you. She says, I frogged the whole of the zigzag scarf I showed on Friday because I didn't like it. Lots of wasted hours, but better than continuing with a project I didn't like. Do you know what? I got to row 8 of a pattern repeat on a shawl yesterday, a wrap yesterday, and I didn't like it because I couldn't see the pattern in it. So I frogged it all as well. So you have my complete sympathies, although you had done a lot more than I had. I know that, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? There's no point, because otherwise you just throw it to the back of the wardrobe, the yarn gets wasted, it never gets picked up again. There we go. On the plus side, that does mean I'm only down to 3 work in progress. 2, actually, no. 1 work in progress now for wool. So that's good.
That's so good.
Brigitte says, it sounds like Angela really loves that book. Yes, she does. Definitely.
Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes we just get something that we go crazy over, and you just read things and think, oh my god, that is such a good way of writing a pattern. So I'm hooked, totally hooked.
So this week's theme, folks, is cast-offs. Last week we had cast-ons, so all 5 of the video links that we showed are on the Gogglefrogs Facebook page, so you can go back and find them very easily. This week we're going to look at cast-offs, and I had uploaded this morning's one, and then Angela, as we joined the room beforehand, was looking at another one. So Angela, would you like to talk us through it, and then I'll play the video because I've now uploaded it?
Yeah. So I'm always looking for cast-offs or cast-ons that help to really complement a pattern. And sometimes with casting off, certainly with top-down patterns that we're doing, you can get quite a tight bottom of either the arms or down by the waistline. And I came across this one. I haven't done this before myself, but I love just the way how it fell, and it doesn't gather at all. So when you have something that needs to be straight or flowing, I think this will be a beautiful bind off. So you probably have seen this before. I haven't, but I just thought it was really different. It looks complicated, but it's so simple. So thank you ever so much for uploading that so quickly, Robert, because we were looking just before, about 10 minutes before we came on live. So that's perfect. I'll go on to mute now. And I hope...
Stay there. It's not there, so I've got to log back out and log back in. Hang on.
Okay. So never mind. So yeah, I really struggle with casting off. I don't have hundreds and hundreds of go-to types. So I think this is going to be one that I try next. Really love. I always use the 2-needle cast on, the long tail cast on, which I nicknamed Brigitte's cast on. So I always do that because it gives a lovely finish and edge, and retains all your stitches as they should. But this one is beautiful as well.
Right, so it is there now. So when you're ready, here we go.
I hope you enjoyed that one by the Chili Dog. Probably won't forget that person ever again. But I just thought it was really simple. As I said, you may use that all the time, but I've just never seen it before. I thought it looked a bit complicated and then realised, actually, no, it's not. So it just gives that lovely finish and edge. So I'm going to have a go with that, but I don't know what projects I'm going to be able to do because I've got 2 crochet projects. And what other projects have I got? And I've still got a Noro blanket that I have to crochet together. So that's a huge piece of work. So I may actually get that out and just try and do half an hour to an hour per night, because it's taken an awful long time to crochet a blanket together. So, but hey, I will get back to knitting one day. But hopefully you enjoyed that. So I don't know which other ones we're going to be doing this week. Have we decided all of them, Robert?
No. So I have the one that we were going to do, that I was going to do this morning, lined up for tomorrow.
Right.
And then we need to find one for Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Okay. Don't worry, we'll find them. Get them found.
So that's what I wanted to talk to you about later. Marion saying Pico cast off. Yes, that was on the list.
Yeah.
I called bind off as well. Was on the list. So then that leaves one other, I think.
Yeah, we will do. And something else I came across this morning, actually. I love Pinterest and Instagram, etc. And I don't know if we've got any Stephen West fans. I really love his colour work. He pushes colour, he pushes design, and his shawls tend to be 1 to 2 meters wide. So they're designed to sort of drip several times around you. They're beautiful. And most of his start with an I-cord cast on. And then all of his swirls and poles and designs come from an I-cord. So I thought that was quite interesting because we've just shown the I-cord cast on last week. And I've just done the I-cord bind off on my cardigan. And if I just show you, I know you're not going to be able to see it very well, but it just finishes beautifully around the edge of the sleeve. So you can make them as wide as you want to. And sometimes you don't actually want a rib. A rib would not give you the right finish. So that's that. I haven't put the other thing. I just need to put the as again, that's a bit of a mashup. I decided that I was going to, it was supposed to be a reverse stocking stitch, and I didn't like the look of that. So I thought I'll do a normal stocking stitch. And then when it comes to finishing it off, I'm actually going to put the leaves in. So I need to do a little bit of embroidery. So that's something that will take me a couple of hours just to finish that off as well. But it's almost finished. But I love the I-cord bind off. It just gives such a lovely finish and edge. And so, as I said, some are a lot thicker, a lot wider than that. You can make them as wide as you want, up to about 5 stitches normally. Yeah. So, Safi said her friend recently made a gorgeous Stephen West shawl. Yes, I remember going to Bar U one day and they had some of his books there, and I really couldn't decide which one to buy. But I think that's the only thing that would get me back to Amsterdam, to go and see Stephen and Penelope there, go to their shop. So I may do a tripet, but I'd have to make sure that there were copious amount of funds, because I think once I get in that shop with all of that beautiful wool, there's no way I will stop. So I think that might be a little tripet that we need to do, Robert.
No. Not while I've got 208 balls to get through.
Yeah. Do you know what? I can't either. I've just got too much wool. And as I've bought about 30 or 40 since I've been up at my parents in 6 weeks, I can't buy any more.
Dear, oh dear. Right. Let's do Gogglefrogs.
Yay!
Right, so here we go. Let's have a quick look here. Right, so we're going to go through all of the posts to when we finished on Saturday. So Brigitte says, the right glove was knitted more than 20 years ago for my dad. He was annoyed that to get woolen gloves of winter, he had to pay for a pair, but he couldn't use the left one of the hand over his prosthetic arm. I brought it back to England nearly 3 years ago, and Rod asked me to knit a left one. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Very mashup.
Oh, it's so lovely.
We did that one last week. Linda, mashup. Again in the early 90s. Friend asked for 101 Dalmatians jumper for her daughter. This was a page in the colouring book. I transferred to graph paper and knitted using Intarsia. Oh, wow. Very clever.
That is incredible. Wow.
Catnip's book from Angela.
Have I mentioned that?
Just a bit. I don't know why I carried on. Georgie says, I follow this lady for a while now. She makes the most beautiful creations from sewing, crochet, and embroidery. Please take a look at her Facebook page. It's just gorgeous. That does look beautiful, I have to say. Very jealous.
Wow.
That's the Wee Folk Studio. And then I posted. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a big Disney fan, and my cousin posted this Olaf video yesterday, and I'm kind of very emotional at the moment anyway, very mixed feelings about tomorrow, and this just set me off completely, and I thought it was worth sharing with you. So it says, although it's Olaf singing I am still with you even though we're not together. So yes, it's called I Am With You. So very, very emotional videos. Do have a look. Georgie has posted a video of how to put granny squares together with the join on the top so that it's flat underneath, which is incredibly useful, especially for blankets, because you don't particularly want ridges underneath blankets. So thank you, Georgie. That's a brilliant video. Trish has posted a Wild About Wall post. That jumper looks quite nice, that cardigan.
Looks very 1940s, 50s, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
And then lots of knitted and crochet cactuses. Margaret says, so still on left-hand crochet, have now managed the yarn round the hook before going through a space. Progress, please don't look too closely. Does anyone have any suggestions for a small project? So please do post in that if you have a suggestion. Georgie has then shared some ideas as to what to do with end of yarns.
They're beautiful.
Holding
So
a basket for yarn, that's really clever. And then Saturday we talked about I cord cast on, so that went in there, and then that's it, all caught up.
Oh, fabulous.
So do folks, tomorrow is is Throwback Tuesday, so do post anything that you want to that's an old project that you've done, and do just give us a little description as well, just so that when it's read out tomorrow we know what we're talking about.
And I just want to say a huge thank you, Robert. I know you're going back to work. We're both emotional about this. It's not nice. You're incredible. You're amazing. Everyone loves you, and we will miss you, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it so that you can pop back in. So times will change, is what I will say. We may have to give you limited notice, because if we know Robert can be around, we will switch things from 10 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night or whatever. So, you know, we will keep Gogglefrogs going, but Robert is a key part of this, and I love him to bits. So, yeah. So
I'm really hoping that when I walk through the door tomorrow, there is a plan for the rest of the week, because then I can tell you and we can work it out from there. And then by the end of the week, I should have a plan for next week, and the store opens. So I will then hopefully, depending on opening hours, go back to my normal rota. So then we can make plans in advance from there. So, but I will drop in and out where I can. I am taking a pair of headphones with me tomorrow, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing. And if at 10 o'clock I can listen in, I will listen in. I just won't be able to visually be there for you.
I know. There's so much behind the scenes. But that is Robert. Robert always does everything to the best of his ability. I have this. I'm the one who says, if it's good enough, it's good enough. Just get it done. Let's just get it started, because that was just like, okay, we'll start this tomorrow. Okay, done the link. We'll use this system. That's it. It's working. Robert is the one who really fine tunes and tweaks things to try and make it as good as possible. Yeah, really good. So changes. Oh, I think I'm gonna plug it again, because Brigitta's just said, which book, Angela? As if no one knows. Yeah, it's by Marna Gilligan. Katniss. So no, I'm joking, but I get so excited, as we all do, and every time we talk to people, we just say, have you read this? Have you read this? Have a look at this book. So thank you for asking me again. Oh dear. Janet says, I hope going to work is okay. We will miss you. Yes, I hope work will go okay, and then there'll be a chance to. Sorry, that comment's just gone. Hang on a minute. A chance to join us. Gogglefrogs has kept me going. We'll all be there when you can. Gogglefrogs has kept me going. We all be there when you can be, Robert. So that means people will be there for you as well with you changing the times, and that's from Linda. Thank you so much, Robert, for all your efforts with Isn't It Natter, as I'm shielding for 12 weeks at the moment. It's been a real lifeline to me. Good luck for tomorrow. And that's from Deborah. All the best for tomorrow, Robert. See you very soon. Brigitte said, that book. Oh, Robert, we're going to miss you. All the best for tomorrow. And Deborah, after the online group, you can join by other than online group, you can join Zoom. Let me know and I'll give you the Facebook page's name. All right, okay. Don't know about that one.
Marion's saying Deborah can join other groups.
All right, yeah.
Jackie, I've got to go back to work.
Yeah.
Really not looking forward to it. But hey, never mind. Right, we've got 15 minutes left. Goodbyes. I didn't get emotional. So yes, let's.
You did so well.
I had to say good. I had to tell Gary's mum on Friday that today was going to be the last time I'd be able to video call her, and I thought she'd get like really quite upset because it has been a real lifeline for her, and she's really enjoyed it. And she went, "Oh, okay then." There was me really not looking forward to telling her. Okay then. Never mind.
And for anyone who doesn't know, Robert has been an absolute star. He's had a video call with his mother-in-law every day to help her knitting, and that sort of went all wrong. Everything fell off the needle, didn't it? And there's only so much frogging you can do. And even with me, sometimes you look and you just think, that's just a mess. I'm just ripping the whole thing out now and starting again. So then we started watching TV programs together during the hour. So, well, maybe she can have a nap in the afternoon now.
She doesn't get up till 11 o'clock anyway, so she won't need a nap. I shouldn't speak bad of her. She is my mother-in-law and I love her to pieces.
I know. Well, this is growing a little bit.
Oh, wow.
It's got to be, yeah. So I don't quite know at what point it becomes a cardigan, but I haven't read that far in the pattern. It's a normal pattern. It's not an exciting pattern where you want to read it from cover to cover. Although the finished cardigan is beautiful. And I got this from the Spotted Sheep, which is our local shop. They are posting out, and it's done in Stylecraft linen drip. And I do not, honestly, until this lockdown, I've never used Stylecraft, but I have got this, and the drape is lovely and it's really heavy. So what it does is it elongates the item that you're knitting. And shapes it around your body, so it should be really lovely when it's finished. So I just thought I'd do a couple of rows of this. Oops.
I just say a very big thank you to everybody who tagged me yesterday in all the Harry Potter Aldi special buys. There was Lego, there was crochet, there was knitting, there was bed sets, there were fat quarters. So thank you all very much. I have resisted, partly because I have too much to do already, and secondly because the lovely Georgie bought me that Harry Potter knitting book, and inside there is the scarf and jumper pattern that I want to do anyway. So thank you for that. And the Lego had all sold out by the time I got to it. So, but thank you.
Oh,
it's nice to know that my friends think of me.
Yeah. And also, you nearly went to Aldi for the third time in your life.
It's so...
not do Aldi at all.
I just... I hate supermarkets at the best of times. And I don't know why. I don't like Aldi. I honestly don't know why. Yeah, I don't like Iceland either. But there we go. So if I have to do a big food shop, I just I avoid it like the plague. But if I do have to do it, then I kind of go to somewhere that is open a lot more, so I can go really, really early or very, very late. But we kind of have an unwritten rule in this house. Gary does the food shop, I do the ironing, and it works. So I think we will leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. So yeah, but I know he did go to Aldi for two of our lovely Gogglefrogs, and you did actually brave Aldi, didn't you, to go and get things for them?
But they didn't have, yeah.
So what you will do for love and friendship and crafting,
I know.
Oh.
Brigitte says I should miss Robert bobbing about to the musical intro. Sue says best wishes, Robert. I'm sorry it took me so long to join in. It is really lovely. Brigitte says you're missing a lot of needlecraft tricks by not going to Aldi. And Janet says I do hope you can join us on the 30th of May, Robert. So the 30th of May is the virtual Bedfordshire Guild Regional Day. So we should have had it on the 2nd of May, couldn't do it. So then there was lots of talk about what can we do instead. We were already working on something in the background, so we have now come up with a virtual regional day. So do please find the Facebook page and join us. And we had planned it for the 30th because that is my weekend off, where regardless of whether I was back to work or not. So I did it on purpose, and it's just as well because I've been told that I have got to go back to working my normal. We are working weekends even though the shop's not open. So potentially I would have been working this Saturday, which is what we thought we would do it for. So I'm glad we picked for the 30th. The thought process behind the 30th as well was lots of things hopefully go back to normal on the 1st of June. So the thought process was if we did it then, it gives everybody something, a last hooray in lockdown before we can start to go out and look at what the normal world looks like. So there we go.
Oh. Well, do I have to register for it, don't I?
Yeah, you do, because I'm going to be you for the day, I'm afraid.
I know, I'm not me for the day. Yes, that's fine. So I need to register for that. And did we put the link to it in our Gogglefrogs, or is it in the?
I will put it back in Gogglefrogs. I did post it, announced it, but I can put it back.
We'll put it back in Gogglefrogs as well, just in case anybody else wants to join. And I know it says Bedfordshire. That's the name.
No.
If you're not in Bedfordshire.
No. Angela, it's a virtual regional day hosted by the Bedfordshire branch.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
No, that's fine. We didn't call it the Bedfordshire Regional Day because we knew that people would be joining potentially from all over the place.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
we did that. We did think about that beforehand.
Yeah. So wherever you are.
So there will be a talk or talks in the morning. Then we will have some shopping. Our local wool shop are going to be giving us some of their new yarns so that I can show them to you all, and then you can contact them and purchase. We will then be doing workshops in the afternoon, one by me, which will be crochet, and one by Lindy, which will be knitting. And then we will as well, and we'll draw that virtually at around about 3:30. And then the virtual stash buster will be will close at 5:00 as well. It's all done on Demio, so you can drop in and out for the day. Whatever you miss will be recorded, and you can catch up on it later. However, if you can join us for the beginning and the end, that would be absolutely fantastic. There we go. And I'll repost it again, repost the link to register and the Facebook page in Gogglefrogs later.
So if there is, I don't know if anybody is aware of what stash busters are. So maybe if you just want to explain how that stash buster works.
Yep. So stash buster. So I'll give you an example. Basically, any wool that you don't want. So I am putting this ball of Rowan big wool into the stash buster. You take a picture of it that way, a picture of it with the label, and then you post it into the event on the Facebook page. Marion, and you tag Marion Dye to say that it's on there. She will then put a suggested price for it. If you would like to pay that suggested price or near it, then you contact Marion and she will organise it all from there. Okay, and I'm also putting that one in later as well.
And the money goes to
all the money that's raised for the stash buster is going to the NHS charities. So traditionally, with the stash buster, you would keep the money and make a donation to the guild. But this year, we have said that for the stash buster only, all the money we raise will go to NHS charities, who've been doing an absolutely fantastic job during this very, very difficult time. There we go.
Which is fabulous, and it also means that there's a really good reason to purchase more wool because it's going to a great charity. So if you needed an excuse, take a look out, because there's always beautiful things that people think, do you know what, it's just not the wool for me. So have a look around. Trisha's just said excellent reason to buy more yarn.
And you can post in the Stash Buster event now, post the pictures of what's there so people can have a look at what they would like to maybe purchase. But we're not letting you put in bids until the day before, just so that it's more manageable for us as administrators. Also, there is a raffle, £1 a number. There are 250 numbers. We've sold 45 numbers already.
Wow.
And actually, sorry, I think I went to 50 this morning, sold 50 numbers. So there's 200 numbers left. And you can just message me through the event page. I will then use a number generator to allocate you your numbers. We then arrange payment, and then at about 3:30 on the day, we use the same number generator to pick the 13 winners. There are 13 prizes. And the guild are covering the postage if we have to post wider than locally for that.
Wow.
Okay. And the same with raffle prizes. If we if there is a raffle prize then that you win, then we will arrange for it to be delivered locally or post it, depending on what it is and depending on the size. It may have to wait until post goes back to normal so that we can use better options. But there we go. Obviously, if you're abroad and you're joining in and you do win a prize, we are not covering that postage because it's very expensive. Sorry, in advance. You will have to pay for that if you wish to collect your prize.
Yeah. Or come over, do a day trip over when lockdown's gone, and when we're doing the exhibition, we'll hold it for you. So don't worry about that. So yeah. Oh. So we're nearly at the end, and I think I just want to say again a huge thank you to Robert. I know we all love him. He's been absolutely fantastic. He is fantastic anyway, but absolutely fantastic. You've got logos done, everything done. All of the ideas that we've had about merchandise and stuff like that are not going away. We have started to make inquiries behind the scenes, but all of these things take some time. So, and even when lockdown goes, Gogglefrogs will still be around, because do you know what? Not everybody can get out. And sometimes it's just nice to have something like this where you're shown a few different inspired ideas, so that you can go and develop that next project. But you've been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Robert. You're amazing. And well, John Lewis are getting the best manager back, aren't they now? So thank you.
You're welcome. So
yeah,
right, I think we should finish there. So thank you all very much. I will miss you all. See you all again soon.
See you all again soon. Bye.